Hello and welcome to RMTV and welcome to our very first podcast on this channel. So this podcast is called Final Whistle, where we talk about all things during the matches that we go to. So our first match on this podcast we're talking about is the game against Colchester United, as we didn't do very well against Colchester for the first time round. Because last time out, I believe we lost 6-0 against them, and yeah, we had a point to prove against Colchester United, to be honest, because I think Eddie Nolan said in the news that he wanted Crewe to go higher, and I think they had a point to prove, because it was back last year, 22nd of August, where we lost a ridiculous score of 6-0. And Eddie Nolan just wanted the point to prove, and he did it just for the Alex. As basically what he did is, I wasn't there because I had to leave early because of work. But sometimes when I always go to these matches, I go and then we sort of draw, but then I leave and then we play better and then we win. It's like I've got some sort of jinx or curse on the ground, but there's nothing stopping us from going to the ground and watching the boys play. But yeah, but our first goal was Charlie Kirk's goal. Charlie Kirk has always the point to prove when he's always on, because he did it against MK Dons. As I wasn't there for that match, I was at another game for that one. But Charlie Kirk put Crewe in the lead till full time to make it 1-0 against MK Dons. That must have been a great atmosphere to go to MK Dons, and I would have been happy to be there to see Charlie Kirk score that fantastic goal for us. But Charlie Kirk did it again for us against Colchester United to level us up, and yeah, I really thought Crewe were going to get a clean sheet out of the Colchester match, but they managed to get 2-1 out of it. Nice 3 points. It was, to be honest, Charlie Kirk. I think Charlie Kirk is improving so much, because as Crewe at the start of the season weren't that good, but they're gradually getting better now. As they're now in 11th, current place they are in is 11th. But we want Crewe to try and do well for the next few games, because I believe we've got Carlisle United and then Mactown away, so that'll be a good one. And as I would talk about one player about Carlisle, but he's gone on loan. Dave Littell sent him on loan, so we can't talk about him anymore. That's Michael Rains I'm talking about, because he used to play for Carlisle United. So we've got them next home match, but I'm not there for that one, unfortunately. And then Mactown away, I'm not going that one either. So I for the Carlisle one, I really hope Crewe do well against Carlisle, because Carlisle are currently sitting in 4th position and Crewe are just in 11th place. And if we look at Carlisle's stats real quick, how well they've been doing. So they they won the last 2 matches, and that's a easy one because they played against Port Vale and played against Cheltenham. Just gotta hope Crewe better themselves against Carlisle, because I believe last time out, what was it called last time out? Last time out, Crewe lost against Carlisle in the FA Cup 1-0. Which was unfortunate to first go out of that one. I think that was last time out when we played them, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but just hope Crewe don't mess it up now and don't be afraid against Carlisle, because we're getting another signing in. Dave Littell has said he's got another signing coming in for us, so we have got another signing in from Newcastle, loan signing, who's played for us before, and yeah, he's played for us before. He's a good, decent player. He is, I can't remember his name now. Jamie Sterry, his name is. Yeah, Jamie Sterry has come back for us on loan till the end of the season, so I hope he does well for us. If he does, because he played well for us in, what was it, last season or so. But shame we can't buy him. But he's been playing at Newcastle, but he's on loan at the minute. Because Jamie Sterry just play decent when he's on the pitch. Because I know he's only a defender, but at least he can be in place. But who would he be in place of? That's the question. Because you've got Perry Ng down there, you've got George Ray. I don't know. It could be a tricky one to see who Dave Ortell puts Jamie Sterry in for, really. Because if we look at the line, we've got Perry Ng, George Ray, Eddie Nolan, and Harry Pickering in the defence line. So it depends what sort of position in the defence line Sterry plays. Because Perry Ng's been playing well. George Ray's been a bit Nolan got us the goal against Colchester United. He headed home. That second goal for us, it was a fantastic goal. I did see it in the end, but it's just a shame that I missed it. As soon as I left, I got to work. I got a phone call and a text message saying Eddie Nolan scored. I was like, right. But I'm glad Crew come out of a win to win 2-1 about that one. But yeah, it's in place. I reckon Jamie Sterry might get put in place of he might put him in place of Eddie Nolan, but it depends what sort of position Jamie Sterry's in. If he plays on the wing, he might swap him out for Harry Pickering. Because I don't think Harry Pickering's been playing that well, if I've got to be honest. Because I know Pickering looks to do the right stuff, but he just doesn't doesn't get it right, to be honest. He looks to do the right stuff, but he just doesn't want to do the right. Yeah, he looks at the right stuff, but he just doesn't think right. I think that's what I'm getting at. Basically, I'm not digging into him, but he can be a good player when he can. Pickering can, to be honest. So I'm gonna say he's gonna put. I don't know. It's a hard one for Jamie Sterry to be put in place of Pickering. So, as I posted on our Facebook page for thoughts and opinions on the win, I've only got a few, but I will also read off another Facebook page just to see what people have said. So, Peter Hodgkinson put on my post saying, not a great performance or match that mattered, but great resilience to stay in the game and force the winner. But Bowery continues to be non-effective. Time to give Dale or Finney a proper run out. Yeah, I mean, Bowery's not playing that well, to be honest, because I did see his errors during that match. He doesn't do the right things at all. He tries to win headers, but I think I remember seeing one mistake where he went for a header, but he never won it, so he let it go over him. I think it'd be about right for Barry to be on the bench, and Owen Dale is a great player. Owen Dale does the right things. He looks at the right things and he puts it in place, so he knows what to do. Ollie Finney, yeah, I think Ollie Finney might have a good chance up there again with Chris Porter or whoever, like Sean Miller. Or I think Sean Miller and Owen Dale might fit very well if you put Sean Miller on next to Chris Porter. that'd be good. But if you put Sean Miller next to Owen Dale, I think that's a good pairing up front. But I don't know what Dave Attell thinks, but it should be a good one for us to try and even get Finney or Owen Dale next to Chris Porter, because I think I keep hearing about Bowery not playing that very well, because he looks to do the right things. He goes for a goal, but he just messes it up like last minute sort of thing. But yeah, Bowery is not effective at all. He's starting to lose everything, to be honest. But Chris Porter next to Jordan Bowery. Chris Porter plays very well indeed, because he does all he can to try and win balls and puts a foot in. Chris Porter knows what he's like. Chris Porter knows what he's doing. Mark Hamer says there's a resilience there now that there's a resilience there now that wasn't there earlier this season. The belief to come back from losing position is a big turn. It's a big turnaround from the season pre-Christmas. Need to kick on now. A playoff place is certainly possible now. I actually agree with that, because obviously we're only got a good run going. I just hope we don't lose it against Carlisle, because we've had a good run against all the teams we've played against now. So like Crew MK Dons, we won 1-0. We won 3-2 against Newport. We drew against Morecambe. But the last few matches are not the best, because we won some and we lost some. But I think it is time to kick on now, and hopefully a playoff place is possible, because everyone goes on about it. If we win, everyone goes on about it, saying that there is a playoff place. That there's a playoff place for certain, or possibly, but you never know. Because everyone keeps saying, "Oh, we're 6 points off the playoffs." Yes, we are, but who knows if we get below, just below the promotion places, where we might go to Wembley and try and get promotion, like we did that time. I'm not sure who we played against, but like that time when we first went to Wembley for the first playoff places against Cheltenham, and we won that against Cheltenham, and Nick Powell put us 2 goals in front. Well, he made the second goal for us, so that was fantastic by Nick Powell to do that. But I'm not going to say much about Wembley, because it could be possible, it could not be possible, because if Carlisle ruin it for us, then who knows. But if Carlisle ruin the home wins for us, I'm sure we'll do it away at Macclesfield to try and get a winning form going again. Because like I said, our next few matches are Mactown, Oldham, Exeter and Northampton. That's just the next few matches. I really hope we do very well against them. But Mactown should be easy. Oldham are 2 places below us. They're in 13th on 39th place. So that could be it depends how their form's been going. So they actually lost against Macclesfield, Oldham did, so that could be one for us. And then Doncaster beat them 2-1. And they played Fulham in the 3rd round of the FA Cup, but Oldham won that one. Yeah, Oldham have had some. They've had more losses since, more than wins. So I think we'll have a good chance against Carlisle, really. But honestly, who knows what will happen. Let's read one more. And then Crew Alex's stadium announcer, and Andy Scoffin, says, another great performance all around. Yeah, it was definitely a good performance all around, because Crew always come out on the front front foot, and they always make possession. I noticed how I keep saying it in every video that we make possession in the first half, and then second half we come out less stronger during the first half, the first bit of the second half, but then we add all the pressure onto the opponents to try and get that goal. Because I think what I saw from Eddie Nolan's goal basically is what they did. I think there was a bit of a scramble in the box, and it could have been like a blur to the people who are in the main stand, but I believe it was an assist for Eddie Nolan to get that goal. So yeah, there might have been a bit of a mix in the box. Eddie Nolan wants Crew to be better and get them higher in the table. That's why he put Crew. That's why he headed home that goal against Colchester. So let's read off the other Facebook page that has all Crew fans on it about Saturday's game against Colchester. Well, there's been rumours that there has been rumours about Perry NG leaving as well, but gotta see what his agent thinks and what Perry NG thinks, because if Perry stays true to his colours and stays with the Alex, after what he's doing for the Alex now, Perry NG is being like the powerhouse of Alex, really. Because as soon as Perry's got the ball, that's it. He runs for miles with the ball. Because I've noticed when he's had the ball, he's ran up that wing and had the chance to make the effort to maybe put the ball in the back of the net or make it a chance to cross it in. I do like what Perry's doing, but Perry might be heading to Lincoln. Who knows what could be happening? It'd be decent to see if Perry stays true to his colours and stays with the Alex. That'd be great, but it'd be a shame to see him go to Lincoln for sure. Obviously the Colchester manager was hurt after the loss because obviously Crew had a point to prove against Colchester, because we didn't want to be showing up again against them as they beat us 6-0. We just didn't want to be showing up against them at all, honestly, because it would have been one of those matches where you don't want to look on the last match, but you just want to go again and make sure you. What you do is, when you see the errors, you work on your errors and make them better. That's what the Alex need to do, like they have been doing, like they did against Colchester. I think they must have worked on the errors and made them right on the pitch, and make sure they defended well and make sure they get that win. Because when Colchester scored that goal, none of the defenders moved. George Ray didn't do much about that goal, because I think he slid just before the player kicked the ball, and I don't think Garrett even moved. So I'm not saying it was all George Ray's fault, but George Ray did make the error of not getting in the way of the player to stop the ball from going in. Paul Green said, "We can do it. There's nothing to fear." I'm just gonna hope that there is nothing to fear, because Paul Green, we have missed Paul Green in the team, because he's been out for some time because of a leg injury. But he has been back in training, and he has been playing full matches. So I'm glad Green's been back playing, because we've certainly missed him, and he seems to be playing very well. But speaking of leg injuries, James Jones could be out for some time now as well, because against Colchester as well, I don't know what happened to him, but I believe one of the players went into him and then injured his leg, and so he's out for some time now. Who have we got in place of James Jones? Because did James Jones play against Colchester? No, he didn't. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, James Jones could be out for some time, because I I think he had injured himself against. I think he got injured in the MK Dons match. That's why he hasn't been playing for the next couple of matches. But he's out. He's out for some time because people thought he broke, one of the players broke his legs, or broke his leg. But you don't want to be doing that to our players, because we want our players to be strong and make sure we get all we can, really. But yeah, I think that's all I need to talk to you guys about on this very first episode of Final Whistle. All I can say is from that match, it was definitely a half and half sort of thing, where Crewe had most possession, and then Colchester just did everything they could to get their goal past us, because since they scored on the 11th minute, they did all they could to get past us. But then Charlie Kirk replied on 48 minutes, and Eddie Nolan scored home, near enough the injury time winner against Colchester to make it 2-1. It was a very good match that I missed in the end, really. So yeah, I think that's it for today, guys, on Final Whistle. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you drop a like rating, subscribe for more videos like this. There'll be more podcasts in the future to whatever matches we go to. The highlights of the Colchester match that I went to will be out soon, because this podcast will go up first. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure you drop a like rating, subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you guys on the next video.